we're going to start off with all of you awakening in a confused spot. A cabin. Alone. A cabin. Alone, but not by yourselves. It's the last thing you remember is the heat, Clover. Thaz, the last thing you remember is the confusion, and Phoenix, the last thing you remember is fear. Nobody else seems to be around you guys. It's just you three. One of you awakening on the couch, the other next to the couch, and one of you awakening in the chair. We're going to start off rolling initiative. Nicole, go ahead. Seven.
I can change it.
You rolled a 7. Thaz, go ahead. If you know how to roll initiative. $18. Morgan. Initiative is just a regular D20.
Wait, Devin, look at your text.
I will. Bye. Disappointing. Nicole, Clover, and Thaz, it is just going to be you two. Thaz, you're the first to wake up. Everything is super confusing. Nothing makes any sense. You were just in this town. And now you're in this random cabin with a small lit fire near you guys and the sprinkling outside. What is it you two would like to do? As Clover, you do wake up as well, seeing all of this.
I will sit up and just take a look around the cabin, see if a car or ghost are there. If Phoenix and James are there.
No.
If Nova is there.
No.
Can I go outside to see if there's anything I can check out?
Walking over to the cabin door, it is locked.
Lovely.
You okay, guys?
It's locked.
From
Both
the
of you,
outside?
finally coming to a sober realization, realize that one another looks very different. Not even close to yourselves before. Thaz, I would like you to pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
2?
Hmm?
Clover, you look at Thaz as they... Oh, I look like this.
Oh, pretty.
Nicole, pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
Thaz, looking at what was Clover, she looks like this.
Oh, that's nice.
You are starting to come into this lucidity of no longer being what you once were, no longer being Clover and Thaz. You guys are life and love, two celestial concepts hidden in eternity. You are no longer yourselves, but something much deeper.
How did we get here?
Nobody heard you, Nicole.
How did we get here?
I was just gonna ask you the same thing.
I look out a window, see where we is.
Looking outside, everything is so beautiful and vibrant, so alive. No sign of pollution or anything like that. Everything is so real.
Definitely not on Emmett, I can tell you that much.
Can I try to open the window?
It doesn't open.
I pinch myself to see if I'm awake.
You know that doesn't actually work, right?
I
You know, like, IRL, that doesn't actually work. But no, you don't wake up. You don't wake up. What is it you two would like to do?
I want to investigate the area we're in more, like to see if there's anything I can find.
Do a mind check. Your mind stat is 5. D20 plus 5 advantage if you remember.
D20 plus 5. Got it. And you said advance?
Advantage, yeah. $23. That's not bad. You're not in the mortal realm. You guys are not in the bodies of mortals.
So we... Even though the door is locked, I wanna... Is the lock on the inside or the outside?
The lock is on the inside.
I'll unlock the door.
What did you say?
I'll unlock the door.
It doesn't even seem like your arm reaches to unlock it. It's so weird that it feels almost like you're literally just in the perspective of somebody else. You guys can communicate to each other, but when you do, your mouths don't even move.
You cut out for me, what?
You guys can communicate to each other, but when you do, it's like your mouths don't even move.
Clearly, something's going on. But I have no idea what it is exactly. All I know is that we're locked in some sort of reality that's not exactly our reality.
Nicole, you are
Yeah.
currently in the body of the Celestial of Love, which is who you will be playing for right now. Thaz, You are currently in the body of the Celestial of Life, which is who you will be playing for right now.
Can I see that the Celestial one more time? I didn't get to see it.
Which one?
The Celestial of Life. Okay.
As the door unlocks and opens, and this black mist seeps through the bottom.
You should probably back up. I don't want to touch it.
I'll just wait to see what comes through the door.
You two both recognize this as a sign that death is nearby. As he does walk through the door. Not the figureless, antlered version, but death with a face and eyes. As I said before, you two will be playing as these two Celestials not permanently, but for now. So please do try to get into this character. As you see Death look around at both of you two. Nicole, just for your sake, yes, love is named Cupid.
Yeah!
If you two would like, you can switch around each other's roles.
Nah, I like my role.
Alright.
I like
As Death walks in and looks at both of you.
I wave.
Hi.
Life,
Death.
I have a proposition.
It depends on what it is. Granted, it is from you, so.
These humans you're making, let them die.
And why should I do that?
Zeno, our brother, if he finds out that you won't let them die, won't let their stories come to a conclusion, he will gain power, and he will make them suffer. As is our brother's tendency. Do you disagree, love, Cupid?
You're not wrong.
Cupid,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Um. I think that I'm really bad at paying attention and do not actually know what's going on.
If the humans life is trying to make aren't allowed to come to a final conclusion, they'll suffer under Zeno's control.
What do you mean, come to a final conclusion, like mass extinction?
Singular and mass. All things have to end.
Am I incorrect? As a bird does fly through the window and crash as you see blood leaking out of its mouth. As Death very solemnly and kind of stoically just picks it up as it turns into ash.
Imagine if that bird lived forever. It would never fly. It would never walk again. Life, you have to let them die. Not for me, but for them.
Okay, guys, I have to go. Someone's gonna take me to my car. Unfortunately.
Okay. Nicole, you switch roles then.
No!
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Lucas, you will be switching roles.
Bye.
Bye, Trey.
Unless Ollie would like to fill in.
Ollie can't unmute, remember? Ollie has to clean room and is hanging
Right,
out with
okay.
person.
Alright.
No.
You will be switching roles then. Between love and life.
Okay.
As I said, these humans have to be allowed to die. As much as you don't want it to happen.
Life looks at death with genuine sadness, not an emotion that she expresses often. I don't want them to suffer, but I don't want them to go. It seems so early.
They're not going to die yet. They'll have many years of life. And then, one day, whether they are ready or not, I will come for them and welcome them into eternal life. Your child, the Black Hands, they can guide their souls. Preserve them. I have already made a deal with Arcria, the old god. If you want to hear about it.
I do.
He's created a creature, one I cannot see and that masks those who wear it. A creature with 48 legs, a bug, named Centipede. I cannot kill those with a centipede. Not without my weapon. I understand you don't want to see them go. But if they don't, he will rule over the universe. He will make all things suffer.
Okay.
And besides, if Celestials are to die, why can't humans be? And what of the other creatures in the world? I'm sorry?
I already said okay.
What of the other creatures in the world? The animals.
What do you mean, what of them?
Should they be mortal too?
She nods.
Don't be afraid of me, Life.
Life walks over and holds her arms out for a hug. I've never feared you, Dad.
Yet all of your life will.
What is it that you said?
All
I-
of your life.
I was referring to a bit longer ago.
At the River of Souls.
Yes.
Remind me.
That I am a beautiful lie and you are a painful truth.
Yet you are no liar.
Nor are you.
No. No, I am not.
One thing about the life I make is that it will always fear what it does not understand. And there is no understanding death.
There is one mortal you have made that I will completely leave until my time to hang up the universe.
Who is that?
His name is Tay.
Her eyes kind of widen as she says,
What?
There will be no death for him.
Is it because of that lady?
No. That woman has nothing to do with it. I have dealt with her, and so has Zeno. Simply that he did not want me, and I was feeling generous that day. I will talk to him every few hundred years, every few decades, and every year to ask him if death is something that he wants, but I'm fairly confident he's going to say no. You're afraid of him. Not afraid, but cautious of Tay. Why?
I'm certainly concerned of what he could bring. The amount of souls he has and will bring to you.
It will be a mountain when he's done.
May I have my hug now? I've been standing here with my arms out for a little bit.
You can hug me.
she walks over and hugs Death.
I've never understood the human formality of hugging. Why is physical touch so comforting, and why do you introduce it as a part of life?
It's very comforting. Nice. It makes me happy and therefore makes the things I create happy.
So you share that little piece of you with the rest of the universe.
I suppose so, yes.
A beautiful lie and a painful truth. When will somebody see me as beautiful? Sorry. I just got lost in my head.
I see you as beautiful.
Yet you still see this form.
I like this form.
That's the first. Zeno is supposed to visit you, so if you don't want to see him, I will be at the River of Souls. I understand our little brother can be troublesome.
It's been a little while since I have spoken with him.
I need to leave to guide these souls to begin with the first death in the universe. Who will it be? Who will the first soul to leave their body be? Life.
I'm not sure.
I think an old god. But immortal? That's interesting. Goodbye.
Bye.
As he walks out of the door and the black mist follows him. What would you like to do as the soft sprinkling of the rain trickles down outside?
Go outside and sit in the rain, waiting for my little brother to arrive.
Far off in the distance, you do see those lines flying around in the air. As you do see him just casually walking around, his entire body does look like this. It is all super glitchy and moving in a very strange and kind of unsettling way. As he finally walks up enough for you to be in talking distance.
January 10th, 2024.
I wave.
He waves back.
Just wait for him to say something.
As he walks over and sits next to you.
Sister.
Hello.
You never really did like it when I mimicked his voice, did you?
You're very good at it.
Thank you. It's something I've been working on. Changing my voice. What about you? What have you been working on?
Creating different creatures. There's one that I've come up with that's like a mix between a duck and a beaver, but it produces milk like mammals and lays eggs like not mammals.
A platypus.
Yes.
I've always loved coming up with names for things.
I like it. I'll use it.
I appreciate that. So, I'd imagine death warned you of my coming.
He said that you would be here.
And I'd imagine that you already know I have an offer. More of a request.
I think so, yes.
Sister, I would appreciate if I was allowed to exist alongside these humans. My sister, Cupid, requests the same thing. Love and suffering. What's a life that can appreciate love and death without pain? Not convinced?
I don't really like the idea of them feeling pain.
Well, can't you feel pain?
No
Is-
way.
Is that the one blessing you won't instill? so afraid of when it comes to pain?
Pain hurts.
Yes, it does. Constantly, all the time. But eventually, it should come to a conclusion, should it not?
As he takes a seat near you, you do know that this is his voice. This is his actual voice. The one that he uses normally as a person. He's just really good at mimicking other people, even their figure, their shape, their powers. Not to the extent of the concepts, but even the highest celestials he can mimic, except for Iris's eyes.
What are you thinking, sister?
She rests her head on his shoulder and says, "Perhaps."
You and Cupid could go and live among them.
Resting your head on his shoulder, it hurts so bad to even touch him.
She doesn't move.
Is this what you're doing? Instilling pain into them? Allowing them to feel it as you are allowing yourself?
Yes.
I do have a couple of repercussions. There are a couple of things that these people will be able to do that are painful, but beneficial. They feel pain so they know how to survive. They can live longer without dying. But that doesn't mean they won't suffer a painful death. I have a couple more things in mind. A couple more treats for all of them.
Before you continue, I do have a question.
What is that?
Do you like the humans?
I like their pain, their tears, their screams. But as people, I'm not too sure. I'm certain there will be one human that I like. One human that I can have forever. I'm fairly certain Death mentioned something about him, but I just don't remember who it is, or what his name was, or what he is. But I am excited. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Sorry?
I'm glad you are excited.
Yes. Me too. Love and life make desire. Life and death make deviance. Maybe we should work together to make more upper-class celestials, the true ones. We can use alliteration too. D words. Suffering and death, depravity. Death alone makes death. Death and life, deviance. Death and love, dread. Suffering and life, destruction, and so on. Along with the rest of our family.
I don't think I've heard you laugh in eons.
I haven't. We can all have children. Make our own. Create. But for some reason we can't just destroy. That is Death's role. But he refuses to. I've always wondered why. Do you know?
I don't think Death enjoys destruction.
Then why does he do it? Why doesn't he just change his role?
Because if he were to hand it to something that loves destruction,
Like me, it would cause chaos all over.
there would be nothing but destruction.
I mean, even Death will claim the one above and below all. Even Death will claim all things. And then what? What more are we to do? Exist in eternity? We're already here. There is death for us, but we will not hold any power. That is what I think death is going to do. It won't be the death of us, but our powers. He will stagnate the multiverse. The introverse, as he calls it. Right now, you are the strongest being to ever exist. You are the being. And this is the time of life. And then, Death will have his turn.
When you go down to be with the humans with Cupid, I want Cupid to keep an eye on you.
Love will manage suffering.
And I want you to keep an eye on her.
But suffering assists love. But I can also destroy it. And that's what will happen. These humans, they'll lie and steal and kill each other. They'll torture each other. Are you really wanting them to exist? Or do you do it because you enjoy the creation of life?
I do want them to exist.
Sister, you are always welcome in my domain.
As you are in mine.
I suppose all things are your domain. For a
No matter
time.
what,
I apologize.
it's okay. No matter what mischief you get into, you will always be my little brother.
Being the youngest has its perks, but also its downsides. Have you spoke to Time at all?
A little bit ago, but not recently.
What combination of Celestial will you make? I think you should start with Deviants. What will you name him, if you do?
I'm not sure. Don't know. You've always been better at naming things than I have.
What about Iris?
I like it.
Iris of Deviants. Suffering and death. Dread. I'm not sure what I would name this person. I'll come up with something. Something soon.
I
By
have
the way-
something else.
What?
It's a new creature. It has a very long neck. It's got a really long purple tongue too, and I covered it in spots and made it yellow.
all versions of this creature have long purple tongues, or just a specific type?
All of them.
A giraffe.
Giraffe. I like it.
Time and death will make destiny. We can separate the Celestials based on how they are made. Omeos for the bad. Lithalos for the positive. They'll serve humanity. They'll work for the humans. But they'll forget it. They'll think of themselves as higher, and then have a sobering realization. Life, do you look forward to life? Or is this something of neutrality for you, since you can do it at any time?
I always look forward to making something new.
Can I ask you something? Something genuine. Hello?
Anything.
Why has the Creator been so ambitious to expand the universe so much, to make it so large and vast? What has he been doing, do you think?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the only one of us who's ever met the Creator is Death.
Have you not met him? The Creator, I mean.
No, I have not.
What do you think he's like?
I think he's like us.
In what way?
Like all of us.
How so?
Well, I think that he enjoys making things like I do. But he understands that everything must come to an end, hence death. I think that he feels love and pain, hence you and Cupid.
So, what you're saying is you think our entire existence is just a reflection of the fractions of what he feels?
I guess so. It's just a possibility.
That is a beautiful way to look at it, isn't it? So much life can come off of one feeling. So much love can come off of one feeling. So much heart and hurt. So, I will exist in your domain, in your time, and then I will flee once death comes along. His name is Tay, right?
Yeah.
Why? Why make him immortal? Why allow him to live for this long? Why allow death to walk away? You're allowed to tell him no.
I am allowed to. But Death is much older than me. He knows much more.
You know the being of every life that ever will exist and ever has let's be honest. You know more than even destiny. Don't be so humble. And tell me, honestly, why haven't you told him no?
I trust Death. I think he knows what he's doing. And he's never said no before. Never said yes before. He's never answered a question before.
What do you mean? He's never answered a question before.
For my humans, or any creature at that.
Well,
When
sorry.
they plead Death not to take them, he doesn't care. Says he has to.
And we will meet that same fate, even though he's been with us forever. For all of eternity. So,
What is
excuse me?
it that you want? More than anything.
So you made humans with, just as all rules, one exception to the rest of the bunch, right? Tay, the Undying. What it is that I want is to exist in all things, animals included, not just humans. That is something that I want. Are you still here?
Yeah, and I said okay.
Anything else?
No. I don't have anything else to say.
What will you do? How many Celestials would you make? How many humans do you think you'll make?
Billy.
Billions.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't even 100 Celestials. How strong will you make these humans? How strong will you make these people?
Their strength will vary.
Very. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Different kinds of people will have different levels of strength.
Kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
That will bring on great suffering. You understand that?
You've asked me to incorporate you, have you not?
For the purpose of suffering? Or for the purpose of diversity?
What do you mean?
For what purpose do you have this diverse humans? Why make them different? Surely it isn't just for me.
For the most part. But also, I like making different things. Or the same thing different, like birds.
making people different for the purpose of suffering.
Don't tell them that. They might not like me.
Isn't that perplexing? You never know, it might bring a hell of a lot of death. Sorry if that made you uncomfortable.
Just like to hear you use your voice more than others.
I think I will. I will use others' voices to torture specific people. I think I will. And I think I'll have a lot of fun with it. Why don't you try to meet the creator? Why don't you go try?
I've simply never desired it.
Do you now?
No.
The creator is not somebody that you want to meet. Not somebody that you care to meet.
Particularly.
Not particularly. That is strange. I've always wanted to meet him, but he never lets me. It's torturous, in a way. To be so curious, yet so unsatisfied.
Do you think if you were to meet him, you'd be satisfied?
Yes. I think I would. Why don't you make something? Wolves. A furry creature, a hairy creature, filled with tenacity and strength and teamwork. And they can work with humans as well. So long as they don't go to extinction beforehand. Are you still here?
I am.
Was that a bad idea?
Just trying to envision what they would look like.
I can envision one for far in the future. Far, far in the future. For when they grow. When they become Leviathan. I wish I had your power to create things other than suffering. It's so enticing.
It's not all fun.
I wouldn't know. But I wish I did.
You can always help me.
This is what I drew up for a far, far in the future idea.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you. I've only ever been talented with a pen, never actually making things. Why don't you take your leave of me yet? Why don't you wish to leave?
I like speaking to you.
Is that all? That's the only reason that you just genuinely enjoy my presence?
I think so.
That's hard to believe for some reason. What else will you add to these humans? What parts of them will you introduce?
Different languages, maybe?
Languages. That will make it harder for them to communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Why then? Why not make a single universal language?
Later down the line.
Maybe one universal language. Something that compiles the entire universe together in one simple language. Just a concept. So, what else will you add? These languages. And then what?
Oh, maybe different. Hmm.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes.
I think the way that they should create more life should be dictated by love. Love seems to very much enjoy life. More so than you. Do you disagree?
So you're saying rather than out of necessity, it is for love? Or out of love?
Both. At least that's what it should be. Of course, there's always deviances in the program.
I like it. I like the idea.
Me too.
Do you have any other ideas?
No, I do not.
You've always been so good at coming up with stuff.
Thank you. You as well, sister. What do you want to do with them? What else? What other ideas do you have?
Well, they've already been working together, which is something I was hoping for. I gave them more intelligence than I've given other creatures.
All or just other creatures?
Not all, just other.
What creatures will be more intelligent than them? Excluding us, of course.
I haven't made any yet, but I've had ideas.
Mm-hmm. What about something to make them grow, so that they can become stronger? So that they can level up? in essence.
Like, experience?
Yes. Experience allows them to grow.
I like it.
I'm going to communicate with love and begin waiting for this revolution of human life in expanse. I'm gonna take my leave of you. Goodbye, sister.
She holds her arms out for a hug.
You've suffered enough.
As he turns around and begins walking away. That's going to be the end of this current session.